Katie. In today's video, I'm exhausted. So if the energy's a little low, that's why. But I'm working hard to be excited for you guys because I feel like I look so weird. I just got out of the shower and I half dried my hair and then gave up because that's the level of exhausted I am. I had a nightmare, like a real bad and a real long one. Like it kept going on. And I think I even woke up a couple times and fell back asleep and kept in this nightmare. So I did not sleep very well. And then I kind of just let myself sleep a little bit later because of the nightmare and because I was not sleeping well. And then I woke up at like 9:45 and I'm like, oh crap, I need to work. And now I'm gonna work. But I still feel so tired and my hair's half done and this is the video today, guys. So what we're gonna do is, if you saw my video from a few weeks ago, a month ago, 6 years ago, yeah, I don't know, but I did a video using all of my super expensive makeup because it was really fun to use like $800 worth of makeup on my face. And I asked you guys in that video, I wonder if it was $800, probably not. No, but it was still expensive regardless. But I asked you guys in that video if you wanted to see a drugstore version, and a bunch of you guys said that you did. So I'm gonna go through my makeup stash and use all of my cheapest products. The only thing about that is that there are some categories where I don't have super inexpensive products. But we're gonna make do and we're gonna figure out what I have. So here's all my makeup. It's mostly organized, kind of, sorta. So I'm gonna go through it with you guys and choose like my least expensive this, my least expensive that. And so oh, first of all, I did not put on my skincare yet. This is not drugstore, but figured I'd show you guys anyway. I have been using the same skincare for the last few months. I know that on camera, it's always a little bit different because there are just natural filters on the camera. So imagine it's a little bit worse than what you're seeing. So what I just put on was the Ren Clear Calm non-drying acne treatment gel, and then I just kind of put that like here, like where I would have a beard, because that's generally where I get all my acne. And then I'm putting on the Ren Clear Calm replenishing gel cream on top of that, which is my moisturizer. Always put that on the neck. Make sure that any skincare you use, unless there's a hair somewhere. I got it. Any skincare that you use, unless it's targeted, like the acne gel or like eye cream or something, anything else, make sure that you take it down your neck, like any of your moisturizers or your serums or your oils, take them down your neck because the neck shows signs of aging too. And then my eye cream is the Biosense Squalane and Marine Algae eye cream, the one in a tub. And I always hate doing this last. Sometimes if I remember, I do it first because my hands are always so greasy from the cream that it's hard to open, but I did it. Okay, it's also hard. I don't love like jars of things. I'm just gonna use my nail and kind of get it on the top and then go boop, boop. And make sure to be really gentle under your eyes. Even if you do swipe, make sure it's super gentle. But most experts would agree that patting is, you know, pretty gently still, is the way to go with eye cream. But I you know, sometimes I swipe, but still gently. Okay, so that's all I do for my morning skincare. And then I don't think I have a drugstore primer, especially with my acne prone sensitive skin. I don't really get a lot of primers and foundations that are drugstore, just because I like to go a little bit higher end so that I know that the ingredients are a little bit better. That's not always the case. Some higher ends, the ingredients are bad, and some drugstore, the ingredients are totally fine or even pretty good. But I just have a couple higher end stuff that I like, so I didn't ever see the need to get drugstore versions of it. But let me see if I have any drugstore. Nope, I don't. So I guess we're just not wearing a primer because I do not have a drugstore one. And then foundation, I don't have a drugstore foundation, but you guys know that I wear concealer as foundation sometimes. And so I do have a drugstore concealer. Actually, I have two. This one is expensive, but it's still drugstore, so does that count? I mean, not expensive, but expensive for drugstore. This is like $15 or something. This is the Pacifica Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. I have mine in the color 20NF. I really like this. And then I also have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This I tried and I really liked it. It looked really, really nice. But then I saw that someone, I think it was Tati, said that she used this on her face and it made her break out. And I know that everyone's skin is different, but for some reason that made me nervous because I did have a few spots at the time and I couldn't tell if it was from this or not, so I got a little bit nervous. But I kept it, this one's in medium peach, which these colors run very light. So like medium peach is still good for my very light skin tone. But I kept it to potentially try again and or to use under my eyes, except medium peach under my eyes is probably gonna be too dark. Oh no, that seems like it's gonna be okay. So I know a lot of people rave about the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the regular one, but I have pretty dry skin and that's a pretty dry concealer. So I got the satin one and that's pretty nice. So essentially I just put that one, it is kind of dark, but we're gonna make it work. And then I'm putting the Pacifica one, which is lighter. That's gonna be awkward, that's okay, we'll figure it out. Just kind of like where my face is a little red or where I have any scarring or anything like that. I'm just essentially like spot concealing kind of. I wish I had this in a shade darker, but I don't. This is like 4 shades lighter, I don't know if you can tell, than that. So we're gonna blend it out and see what happens. I'm still gonna be using all the same brushes because this is just what I have. So this is a Sephora brush, but you can get either a sponge for pretty inexpensive at the drugstore, or, and when I'm saying drugstore, I'm talking about Target, the drugstore section of Ulta, and then any, you know, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Rite Aid, just any place that has, you know, drugstore makeup. And with drugstore makeup, it's interesting because I don't think I have any like Maybelline or Revlon or like any of those companies. I have a lot of, you'll see like Wet n Wild and e.l.f. and Wet n Wild and e.l.f. And a couple other things, but those are kind of my favorite drugstore brands, I would say. Okay, that actually blended out nicely and does not look too dark under my eyes. However, I'm going to put a little bit of this Pacifica one on just to make it a little bit lighter, a little bit. Also, I don't know how the lighting is in this video. Sorry, I hope it's okay. So the Pacifica, it says it's a full cover, which I guess I would agree with, but it's very, very natural, like a naturally satiny kind of finish. And I really, really like it. Really like it. So, okay. Next, I think I'm gonna powder my face. And this is actually one of my new favorite products. I got this a few months ago. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I really like this. So it's a loose powder. Just gonna put some in the cap and set my whole face with this. I'm just using a Real Techniques brush and I'm gonna use the viewfinder as my mirror. I think that my skin looks like skin right now with that Pacifica and then the e.l.f. on top of it. Okay, so then let's do bronzer. I have a couple drugstore bronzers and blushes. I don't know which one I want to use. How about multiple? So I have a tiny little Physicians Formula butter bronzer. I like that they came out with this tiny one because a lot of Physicians Formula, I really like their products, but their packaging is ginormous. Like honestly, like the bronzer, like the regular size is like this big. And it's like even a little bit bulkier than that. Like, but it's unnecessary. Cause like this is big because there's product in it. That it's just bulky packaging. So I like they came out with a little one of these. I also have the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Natural Radiance bronzer. And this I think is a blush, but I kind of use it as a bronzer. This is the Almay Healthy Hue blush, but it's in like this kind of color that I kind of use as a bronzer. It's in like nude something. I don't know where the color is, nude something. I think I'm gonna use the butter bronzer to sculpt out my face a little bit. I have not used this in probably years. So I'm just taking this brush that I have and there's way too much product. So let's see what happens. Oh, and this, if you've never used it, smells like the beach. Like it smells like tanning oil. I'm gonna have to even work with the lighting in this new apartment. If you guys don't know, we moved into a new apartment early April. I don't know when you guys are seeing this video, but I'm only here for a few months, I think, just during everything that's going on. But there are more lights in here than in my last apartment. So at least I can do my makeup a little bit better, hopefully. Oh, sorry, the mirror lighting. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. Man, the lighting Still sucks. If I was gonna do more makeup videos, I'd get a ring light, but I don't do these very often. So I'm gonna put a little of the Neutrogena over. I'm gonna use all three. I'm gonna put a little bit of the Neutrogena over that. I like to put some, even if I don't contour out my nose like straight like that, I still like to put some bronzer like on the top of my nose, because I feel like if you're getting a tan, bronzer is supposed to mimic tan, you know? I feel like if you're getting a tan, your nose is gonna get a little color. And then, okay, put that back. And then I'm gonna use this as, I have some blushes too, but I think I'm gonna keep it more in this bronzy family today. It's just what I'm in the mood for, because I do have these two drugstore blushes that I really, really like. The Pixie On The Glow blush and the Milani Cheek Kiss. And they're both, well, this one's a cream blush and then this one's a liquid blush, but they're both like very bright pink, which I love. I love the look of like bright pink. I mean, it does mellow out obviously when you blend it in, but I still love that like pop of bright pink on your cheeks, like especially during spring. I think it's such like a pretty, or even during winter, because it kind of makes you look like you're out in the cold all day. Like, I just think it looks really cute, but I'm not in the mood for that today. I'm in the mood for bronzy bronze today. So we're gonna take this Almay blushy bronzer thing and kind of put it where you'd put blush, but not right at the center, a little bit more back than I would normally put it, and then blend it a little more forward, because I don't really want a lot of color like right there to be like too saturated. And this is I really like this color. Again, they all look very similar on camera, I'm sure. This one has like a little bit of a satiny finish. I'm just kind of blending all those colors together. Okay, so that's done. Now let's do highlight. I have a couple drugstore highlights. The drugstore is like really, really good for highlights for sure. I have two Wet n Wild ones. I have a Revolution one. Okay, so I have three drugstore highlights. I have one from the brand Revolution, which is the prettiest like white gold. Again, I don't know if you can see that, but it's gorgeous. And then I have Blossom Glow by Wet n Wild, which is like a pinkier, like a pinky color. And then the one I'm gonna use today is this Hello Halo by Wet n Wild. And it has this like goldy one. And then this is, I guess depending on your skin tone, could be a blush topper or a highlight, but I'm gonna use this goldy one. And I'm gonna put that right here. Wet n Wild has really, really nice highlights. I really hope that you can see that, because it's so pretty. And they're like, I think that little duo was like $5. Okay, so there's my face makeup done. Okay, let's do eyebrows. Put my eyebrows on. So I have, don't disappear on me, where are you? Aha, okay. It was like stuck. Okay, this is probably my favorite eyebrow pencil, drugstore or high-end. This is just so good. This is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Mine's in the color Cool Brown. So it's a cool tone brown. And I love this. I love it so much. I'm gonna obviously fast forward this part, because watching people do the eyebrows, unless you're trying to learn how to do your eyebrows, is pretty boring. Lately, honestly, I haven't even really been doing this. I just take Glossier, which is not a drugstore brand, but it's also not high-end, so that's why I'm not using it, because it's somewhere in the middle. This Glossier Boy Brow is just like my new favorite thing, and I will just take this on my brows. It's like a really like saturated color eyebrow gel, and so you can just, if you have eyebrows, like I have a decent amount of eyebrow hair, so if you do, you can just take this and it like deepens it and gives them a little bit of like a fluffy look, and I love that. So I haven't really even been using a pencil very often recently. I've been using a lot of this, but for today I'm gonna use the pencil because I still use it sometimes. Also, how come this is curly and this is not? Can you curl, please? Anyway, okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, and then I just put on this e.l.f. eyebrow gel. I think that eyebrow pencil was $6 and the gel is $5, but I'm going to put all links and prices and everything in my description. Let's do eyes. I'm gonna put on a little bit of eyeshadow, and I do have a new drugstore mascara that I haven't even opened yet, which is perfect timing because all the mascaras that I do have are like getting like dried out and like about the time that I need to get new ones opened anyway. So I have this Maybelline, the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. I got Blackest Black. It always makes me laugh when mascaras come in like darkest black and then blackest black and then the night sky in the middle of the night. And I'm like so confused of like, they're all dark black. Like, how can you get darker than black? Like, it confuses me. Because some of them I understand if they say soft black, if they say black brown, but then some of them have 2 or 3, like, I think they have blackest black and then like extra black or something. And I'm like, which is the darkest? Like, I always get so confused and don't understand why they need to make those 2 colors. Maybe one day I'll get both, like, and try them because it always just makes me laugh of like, can you, I don't know. Anyway, but I have that to try. So we're gonna do a quick, but I think we're gonna need some color, well, eyeshadow look. So I am using some Morphe brushes that I have, and I'm going to fast forward through all this because I'm not an eyeshadow expert. I'm just gonna put some eyeshadow on my face, but I'll like point and tell you guys later what I ended up doing because I'm gonna make it up as I go. So, okay, fast forward. Oh, and this is James Charles, like the mini palette. This is the mini version. There's a bigger version, but it's the same colors, just larger pans. So I got the tiny one. Guess we're doing orange today. Okay, I guess this is my eyeshadow today. I don't know if you saw that. I may have been too far away, but essentially I just used this like medium orange, and then right in the like inner part, I used a little bit of that lighter orange, like the tangerine color. And I wanna see if I can build that one up. I think I put the darker one in a little bit too far. I wanted to have a little bit more of a gradient. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this brighter yellow to see if I can get a little bit more gradient in there. I'm gonna add that like right in like the corner. Here, yeah, there we go. Ooh, okay. Should we add a little bit of red at the outer part? And like a little sunset eye? Dang, all right. We're getting fancy today. A little red out here. Dang, that's cool. Can you see? That's cool. Fun, and that took like 5 seconds. These are really good eyeshadows. Wow, I've never used this palette. I bought it a couple months ago because I wanted to start using more eyeshadow and more brighter colors and do some fun looks, but I haven't used it yet. So wow, that's fun. I'm gonna take more of that like bone shade, this one at the top, and do this. Like blend up here. I just wanna blend a little bit up there. Wow, that was so easy. Why was that so easy to do? Huh, I'm gonna add a little bit more of that brighter yellow here. Wow. This is what I look like today. Cool, okay. Well, all right, I'm gonna do the other eye quick. I seriously don't understand how that was like the quickest eyeshadow look I've ever done. It took like 2 minutes on each eye. I do not know how, not even. I'm just taking that bone shade again to blend everything at the top. They look pretty even to me. I'm not like the best eyeshadowy person. Like I just don't wear eyeshadow a lot. And the lighting in here sucks, so I can't really tell. All right, how's that look? Bright? Cool. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little brush. I'm gonna take this little, this is like a packing brush, but I'm gonna use this for my lower lash line. I'm just gonna put the like tangerine color under my lash line, like the whole thing. I'm just placing it with this. I'm gonna smoke it out a little bit with a different brush. And then I'm gonna take a mixture of the orange and the red for like that little, for just like right here. Oh, P.S. This is the same day that I'm recording my like, hey, I moved video. So that's why the makeup's the same, because I'm about to go record that right now. Or like after I'm done with my makeup. Okay, so I just put that on the other side as well. And then I'm going to take the same brush that I did all of my eye makeup with and just like do this to blend it. Oh, that was a little bit too much, that's okay. It's just makeup. Like I got it a little bit too far down, and then you can just wipe it away or put more concealer on or whatever. Okay, cool. I really like that palette, wow. And this mini one, like 25 bucks, which you could think is like a little expensive for an eyeshadow palette, but honestly, you're getting like 36 shades. And most eyeshadow palettes that look like this, especially that are this tiny, they might be 5-10 bucks, but the quality is not gonna be as great potentially. I think when you're going with drugstore eyeshadow, it's such a hit or miss. There's some that's great, I'm sure, but Morphe, which you can get this, I bought this at Ulta, but you can buy, you know, Morphe.com, Ulta.com, and I think it was like 25 bucks for the mini version, and I did not need the bigger version because A, storage, but B, because I don't wear eyeshadow all the time. Like, I'm not gonna run out of this. And so I'm excited about that. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, so I'm gonna curl my eyelashes with my Tweezerman. This is not drugstore, but I mean, I guess technically you could buy it at a drugstore, but this was probably like 20 bucks, but it's like the only eyelash color that really works for me. Really excited about this eyeshadow, guys. It's fun. I know that not everyone wants to do makeup during a time like this, which is totally understandable, but for some people, doing their makeup and still getting dressed and stuff, it just might add a little bit of joy to your life. So it's all about knowing yourself and what works for you, not just following everyone else that, oh, everyone's doing this productive stuff, that means I have to, or oh, everyone's watching TV, that means I have to. Like, no, find out what works for you, what makes you feel joy during your whole life, but especially during a time like this. Life is really, really hard. And so for someone like me, I find that if I continue as much of a routine, you guys know my life is not very routine, but if I still do some of the things that I normally do that I enjoy, then they'll still bring me some joy, like putting my makeup and putting on like real clothes. Like, this is my favorite t-shirt, you know, like still wearing some of your nicer clothes, or still getting some stuff done for me is something that brings joy. But for you, this time might be a time of more resting and stuff, and that's awesome too. We all have to know ourselves and see what works. So, okay, this is the Falsies Lash Lift by Maybelline. Brush looks like a good old brush, and let's try this out. Ooh, oh, I mean, I like it initially. I liked that this one said Lash Lift, because my eyelash is a little bit prone to like fall throughout the day and like get straighter after I curl them. And so I like the idea that maybe this is like if it's a lifting mascara, that maybe they'll stay curled. I like the formula so far. It's not too wet, but it's definitely not dry. A little bit on my eyelid, but I will fix that up later. The trick with getting mascara off, I'm usually too impatient for this, but the trick is to wait for it to dry. Like if it gets on your eyelid, and then you could just like flick it off, kind of. But I mean, comparatively, that's pretty nice. Can you even see? Sorry, I'm the worst. I haven't used a drugstore mascara in a really, really long time, but this one looks pretty nice. I mean, it doesn't seem to add a lot of length to my eyelashes, but also, to be fair, I have the shortest eyelashes in the world, and I don't even know if it claims to. Oh no, dramatic length, volume, and lift. Instant lash lift look is what it says. I think it's pretty nice. I think it's pretty nice. Like, I approve. I think it's pretty nice. I'm going to fill in my eyebrow a little bit more, because it looks, especially for having such intense eye makeup, it's looking a little like sparse-ish. I don't know if you saw that, but it flew out of my hands. Okay, it didn't break. We're good, we're good. Okay, I'm going to put on a little bit of highlight, like, you know, it's on my eyes. I'm gonna take maybe, maybe this shade, the second one in. This brush is way too big for it, but I don't care. I'm gonna put a little on my inner corners, because I don't want this eye look, obviously it's all matte shades, so I don't want to add like a ton of shimmer, but I do want to put a little bit under my eyebrow. Okay, last things last, guys. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can see things, and then I'm gonna put on lipstick. And honestly, the drugstore, I don't have a lot of drugstore lipsticks because I have a gluten allergy, and with regular makeup, like basically everything that I put on, I don't care if it has gluten in it or not, because it's not getting near my mouth, and it's gonna be a rare time that I'm like digging at my eyebrow and then have eyebrow stuff on my hand and then I'm putting my hand in my mouth. Like, that's rare. So I generally only care if the product is going to somehow get in my mouth. So concealer, if I'm gonna put concealer around my mouth, I'm gonna make sure that's gluten-free, and then any lip product. So There are not a lot of lip products at the drugstore that 100% claim to be gluten-free. Some are like, oh, we don't know, or we don't put gluten ingredients in our products, but we don't know the manufacturing. So I just don't have a lot of products from the drugstore that are lip products. However, there are a couple Wet n Wild. Where are you? Oh, here you are. A couple Wet n Wild lipsticks. These like $2 or $2.50. They're very cheap. I think they're like $2. These Mega Last lip colors, they're like the matte ones that look like this. These are gluten-free, because I emailed the company like a couple years ago. These are gluten-free. The Dollar regular lipsticks were gluten-free. I think their regular, like their old school lip glosses were gluten-free, but this was like 2 or 3 years ago I emailed them. I have not emailed them again recently, so I don't know if they're newer lip products, because Wet n Wild has quite a few. Hold on. That scared me. It was just, I left something in my old apartment and they dropped it off. But whenever someone knocks on my door, I'm like, nobody knows where I live, who's here? So it's always like a package or maintenance. Anyway, but these are good lipsticks, is all I was getting at. So I'm just gonna use this Never Nude one, because I have that one and I have Just Peachy, which actually, maybe I'll use both. Maybe I'll put on Just Peachy first and then the Never Nude on top. Just, I'll kind of like dab this one on a little bit. Okay, I just dabbed it on a little bit, so it's not like the full intense. That's way too much. Never mind, we're taking it off. Hold on. That's way too pink. Oh no, focus. That's way too pink for this super orange eye look. So we're just gonna go in with Never Nude. Okay, and this is a good like nude brown, like a cool toned one, which one might argue to wear a warm toned lipstick with warm toned eyeshadow, but whatever, that's what I have and that's what I'm putting on. Okay, but that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me while we played with some of my less expensive makeup. Some of it was still a little expensive, because you can go to the drugstore and get like so many products for under $5. Again, like that lipstick was like $2. A couple of the highlighters and stuff for about $5. But some of the products were a little bit more expensive, but still drugstore prices, still very, very different than my last video when I was using like $45 foundation. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Please let me know any of your favorite drugstore products. I would really, really like to know. And I think that's gonna be it. Thanks again for watching, and I hope that you guys are having a great day. I love you, Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.